I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your cattle market summary for the week ending April the 7th, where the board actually supported the cash market late last week there and helped things finish kind of on a positive note. We were on such a downer all week last week, but coming into this week, really things don't look too bad. We're just kind of searching for a direction, and we'll find that out here early in the early morning hours of the sales that are going on, the big volume feeder sales on Monday. But you look at the board for last week, live cattle futures on the June contract. Monday was down 17, Tuesday down $1.40, Wednesday was up 12, Thursday up 70, was starting to get better, but then Friday finished strong, up $1.67 to end the week at 111.80, and that ended up 93 cents higher for the week on the June contract. Your spot market April there ended the week at 120.05. Still a big discount to the cash market, but not the worst in the world. As bad as it was earlier in the week. We really thought it could get worse towards the end of the week there last week. But feeder cattle futures, May contract was down 90. Tuesday down big, $1.50. Wednesday was up 12 cents. Thursday up $1.75, and Friday up $1.70, with the May feeder cattle contract ending the week at 133.87, which was up $1.17 for the week. And your April feeders at 133.75, and a little bit of a premium to what your cash market indexes are. But your fat cattle trade for last week, the guys dug in. Got to be proud of them. We started out the week with the Packers really playing hard ball and thinking they were going to get back a big piece of the market position, and they didn't buy any cattle on the Fed Cattle Exchange. Of course, a lot of guys had priced them too high on there to even get a bid, but they did pass on cattle as cheap as $1.24. There was a little spot sales around, guys selling out really cheap for a little bit longer out delivery, or selling a pin here or a pin there for $1.25. But for the most part, guys dug their heels in and wouldn't accept the lower bids. And we didn't see any trade until real late Friday, so that shows how hard they put up a fight to try to hold as much position as they could. And then late Friday afternoon, or really Friday evening, they started selling some cattle in the Southern Plains at $1.26, and some of those Colorado and Western Nebraska live prices at $1.27. That's just $1 to $2 lower than the $1.28 that was most prevalent the week before. So not too bad, you know. So we had a lower week, but we can still see a lot of positive in the market. And some of your futures analysts think that maybe we've seen the bottom on some of these contracts on the board. So that would be great if we saw that. Your slaughter was down some. Remember, we had all that cooler cleaning and stuff going on last week. Ended up the week 573,000 head of cattle were slaughtered, which was down 20,000 from the previous week, but still 37,000 more than the same week a year ago. Box beef cutout values were down big. Started to maybe see a little support late in the week, but lost a lot of ground there. Your average trade for the week had choice carcasses at $209.99, down $7.16, and your select average trade last week was $200 even. You don't see that too much, down $9.79, and so your spread there between choice and select is about $10 on the average trade for last week. Feeder cattle cash sales last week, pretty much steady to $2 lower, not a big loss. We saw some sales that looked more than that, but they're in the middle of the week. Your big sales on Wednesday and Thursday were not too bad. Actually, your Thursday sales, some of them were higher. If you looked at Salina, Kansas there, they sold cattle higher. But late in the week with the board strong, we did see your markets come back a little bit stronger in the feeder cattle auctions. Your calves were lower around. They were sure that steady to $2 lower or more. A lot of your sales were $2 to $3 lower on calves. Most of your calf buyers, your stocker buyers, have already got what they need. They've already bought those cattle. Even the guys that bought late, they would have already needed to get those cattle purchased for their turnout dates on grass. So we're just seeing some smaller operators pick around in some sales. We're seeing a lot more new crop calves come to the sales, and they're just not bringing the big prices, and your guys that are wanting to turn out on grass are not wild about those fleshier new crop calves. And even in the southeast, the markets were up to $3 lower. Real-time index ended the week based on 800-pound steers at 131.15, down just 35 cents, so not a wreck at all. But your average weight was up a little bit too. You have to take that into consideration. The average on the 700 and 900-pound steers on Cattle Market Central, they're averaged 805. So you take some of that 35-cent loss there and average that in, and really didn't lose much ground at all on your real-time index. Late in the week on Friday, Lexington, Nebraska had a big string of yearling steers there. 3 o'clock Friday, 108 head, weighed 866 at 136.85. So this production sales season is really winding down here. Thank God for those of us that have been running around broadcasting these sales, but we still do have a nice selection of sales here the next 2 or 3 weeks. If you haven't bought your breeding bulls or maybe some replacement females, get on dvauction.com and check out our lineup of sales and get on there and get you one bought. So from a home office here in Canyon, Texas, we'll talk to you on Wednesday.